So, hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to today's SpecFlow stream. Today we have a special topic. We don't automate something. Today with SpecFlow, today it's all about how to contribute to SpecFlow. And why is this the topic? So perhaps you didn't notice, we announced two cool new things in the last days. The first thing is we have now the SpecFlow Community Heroes program, and that's the successor to our contributor packages. And every month we select up to 15 community contributions, and yeah, they become the SpecFlow Community Hero of the month, so 18 heroes per month. We have different categories where you can contribute, and one of them are GitHub contributions, so pull requests you have submitted. And one of the benefits, perks you get is every hero gets a $25 Amazon voucher from us. That's the start. You can find more about details on the dedicated website. I posted the link in the chat. And the second thing is we try also something new. One of our New Year's resolution is that we attract more people to contribute to SpecFlow. So that's the Community Hero program is one thing. But the other thing is our experiment called OSS iteration. And the first one is 12th of January to 25th. So 2 weeks iteration, where the whole SpecFlow team are being there for you. So they are if you are new, want to contribute to SpecFlow or existing contributors, we are here to help you to get started, or to help with your changes to SpecFlow, to get them into SpecFlow. And we self are working through our long lists of issues. Only GitHub issues will be done in these 2 weeks. And everything you do here and contribute is eligible for the SpecFlow Community Hero program. And because we look, the contribution has to be in the last 3 months, so there can be nine heroes from these 2 weeks. So I hope you see you and one thing we also did is for coordination, and so we created a Discord server. I will update the blog post and put them here, but you find them on our community page. You find here already link to our Discord server. So please join there and let's talk and see how we can help you contribute to SpecFlow. Good. And yeah, that's the reason. And yeah, we will start completely from scratch. So how to contribute to SpecFlow. So I post also this blog post to the open source print into the chat. Good. So for the open source, so how does it work? So what we did, normally we are here now, stream approaches repository where all the code is there, but this time we are in the main SpecFlow repository. And here what we already created, we made a GitHub project, OSS iteration 1, where we put all the issues in we want to tackle in the open source sprints. That's where we will focus. You can, when you join, you can take these, but you can also work on every other issues we have. We have enough issues to fix. And the two issues we want to do today, the first is we have this pending step exception that is thrown when a step is not implemented. There's a feature request to make a customized message there. That's the first issue we will work, and when you still have time is there's some problem with the external data plugin that is not working with the latest version. We will have a look at this and try to fix this also. Good, but how do we get there? So the first thing we need to do on GitHub is to fork the repository. You need to fork this that you can create then a branch and send them pull requests. So you fork here, and then you get I get a selection where I want to fork this stuff because I have still permissions to different repositories. You probably want to fork it in your profile. So sabotage/SpecFlow. I've already made the fork. So it's here. When you do this new, it takes some time that until GitHub has created this. And the next thing what you do is you need to clone this repository. This can be done already in Visual Studio. So in the Visual Studio, and there's an Open Recent button, and where you can create new projects. You can also say clone a repository and give him the URLs. You have multiple options. You can take the URL from here, or you say browser repository, I said GitHub, and then it asks, then it comes with GitHub, and here it is already sabotage and SpecFlow, but I want a different path. I want to have it in C work SpecFlow, and then let's clone it. And it's downloading the stuff. This takes a while. It's not the smallest repository. Looks good. So, Visual Studio, do something. Nice. So, when you have a look into, now C works SpecFlow, we have here now all the files, and you checked it out correctly. So, did it open? It's still loading. Solution Explorer. Yeah, so okay. Don't need this yellow bar. We can unpin this. So Visual Studio is still scanning for stuff. Takes some time. No. If we go to folder view, and then we select the solution file, and then let's open the solution to work on it. So it's not a small solution, so it takes some time. ReSharper takes also some time to opening, but it should work in a moment. So then let's build the stuff. So it's first time it does a NuGet restore, downloads all the packages. So this first time it does takes a little longer. Now it starts the building. And yeah, it's working. So during the build, I will explain a little bit about our solution structure, what we have. So yeah, 23 projects. So from the top, we have external repositories, the SpecFlow test project generator. This is some library we wrote to generate .NET projects at runtime, so CS profiles and everything. This is in a different repository because this is shared with other projects on a source basis, and the unit test for that. This is nearly complete, so we rarely now need to touch these libraries. Then we have all the licenses, what we are using for other open source libraries here. Plugins. Plugins are the different plugins we have on ship. So there are the SpecFlow AutoEffect plugin, and then also the plugin for the different unit test frameworks. So for MS Test, for NUnit and XUnit. There's the support for these unit test runner implemented. Setup is, these are two meta packages, two NuGet packages with files in it for plugin development and on meta package. Then we have the solution items, the different ones, our build pipelines, build stuff general, and scripts, git ignore, editor configs, license files, NuGet config, readme, all the stuff you have on solution level. Under templates, we have our .NET New templates for the .NET New CLI. These are here. And then the big for the test, there are first here all the unit tests for the generator, for plugins for the runtime, and then we have our integration tests. The one project to test the MS Build integration, and one our big specs project where we use SpecFlow to test SpecFlow. And then we have a custom plugin for our specs, SpecFlow project. So these are all stuff around. The real core are these 5 packages. So first we have the SpecFlow tools MS Build generation project. There is all the logic for the MS Build task, which generates your code behind file. So every feature file has a code behind file. This is generated at compile time, and all the logic for the MS Build generation is here. It's quite big. The whole logic how the code is generated is in the SpecFlow generator project. So here's the logic, what should be done in the file. Text.doc SpecFlow is the runtime, mainly the runtime assembly, where all the runtime from SpecFlow is located. So how to execute bindings, how hooks are executed, all the stuff what's happening for you when you run your tests. And then we have 2 utilities projects, one for the parser, for the Gherkin parser, our enhancements, and then some utils class library with some helper classes. So that's the solutions, what projects we have. Let's have a look. Yeah, we have some warnings, but let's ignore them. But build was successful. Cool. Then quickly to that, before we start, because we quickly look at the test. So what we are doing here is, so we have, there are a lot of stuff and everything is 3 times there. The reason for that is because we support in SpecFlow multiple .NET frameworks. So we are supporting .NET Core App and .NET Core App 3.1, and why is 5 missing? Okay, let's need to quickly check this. And yeah, and we support .NET framework still, so .NET Framework and the .NET Core version. So let's check. I think the problem was, yeah, so my master is where, what the heck? Okay, way behind. So I'm in my fork and this is from March, okay, from May. Okay, this is old, so let's fix this. So what I need to do is, no, not this one. My fork is out of this, so I need to update it. So I need to add a new remote repository. Let's name it upstream with the SpecFlow repository git will. Let's add this repository. So it fetches all the information from there. So, and now we should see a lot of more stuff, and we want of upstream master, we want this branch. So, and then let's also update our origin master that the fork is synced. We see that it's behind here this branch is 130 commits behind. Okay, there we saw that it's out of date. Sadly, there is no button in GitHub to simply update it, but now we're even. So probably, yeah, that's let's reload everything. Having so much changes between Visual Studio most of the time doesn't like that. So is Visual Studio not freezing? Yeah, close. Let's start from new presentation mode. We want open a project as solution. C work spec flow. The solution file. So loading again. So can we build? Yeah, build is started. So, okay, yeah, shop has an error. So, NuGet restore, build. And you see we're building also now for .NET 5. Yeah, it's not the smallest project. This compiling takes a little bit of time. So yeah, it's the first time compiling this. Always takes time. Yeah, but the CPU is maxed out. Now it goes faster. And you see now already, okay, we have it now 4 times. Full framework, .NET Framework, .NET 5, .NET Core 2.1 and 3.1. That's the one we are supporting, and we want to be sure that our stuff is working on them, so we are testing for them. So all our unit tests are executed 4 times on the different frameworks. The different implementations for .NET. The specs are handled a little bit different. I will show you this when the build is finished. Should be near the end. Yeah, now they were generated specs. So what you see here is that specs is only one time here with .NET 5. But what we are doing is let's make this a little bit bigger. We have all let's go to features. Every feature is here multiple times. So we see build systems feature. So we have here the build systems .feature file. And it's 1 feature, 3 scenarios. And what we have, because of that's why we have this project, we have a custom generator plugin. We can run the same feature file for different configurations. So we run them for MS Test for .NET 5, for MS Test for .NET 2.1, for MS Test .NET Core 3.1. We run them for NUnit, Net 5, NUnit, Net Core 2.1, NUnit, Net Core 3.1, and XUnit we run 5 and 2.1. Where are our they are. This is .NET Core only, this feature. when we have other ones like description, accesses, and features, we have also the .NET Framework versions here. So one feature file gets to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 configurations, because we don't not only support different .NET versions, but we also support different unit test frameworks, and we'd like to test for all of these. Because in the past we had problems that only MS Test on .NET Core App 2.1 had a problem, but on 3.1 and full framework it worked. So we are a little bit, yeah. We have a look into this more deeply and try to test everything for that. So, and finished, 25 succeeded, perfect. Yeah, more warnings, but no errors. Cool. So, finally we can start with our first, work on our first GitHub issue. So, and the first one is this, make an add a constructor that accepts a string for the customized message when appending step. Let's have a look at the class first. So I'm using ReSharper, so Control T and search everywhere. So we want the pending step exception. Yes, this one. And yeah, this is yeah, very long here. So what we inherit from SpecFlow exception, have a constructor with no parameters with the standard error message, and then we have a protected constructor with that info. That's normal implementation for an exception. Let's have a look at the SpecFlow exception. Is there something else what we have? No, it's simply that we have a base class for all our custom exceptions. Cool. Good. And what we simply want here is add a public constructor to specify the message by all. So the one question I have is, do we have unit tests for this? We have tests, error provider test, cucumber. So what is this? So unused step error. What is the test called? Okay, this start crash test the error provider test, so this is not needed. So how do we test? Do we want to test this? Yeah, at least that is correctly implemented. So we want now a runtime test. What is a good location for this? Let's make a new namespace, new folder, exceptions. Oh, and before we start, the first thing what we should do, we create a new branch for this, and this is, we name it, this is 1382. So I named them GH for GitHub and the issue number based on and check out. So exceptions, and let's add here a new class. So pending step exception tests. So we are using XUnit for our unit tests as test runner, and Fluent assertions for assertions. So we need only to mark the method with the fact attribute, and that was it. So public void message constructor. Now we make we have the constructor message always set. So we simply make we looked at also for a pending step action. We need to try. We don't have any unit test for this exception yet, so we need to create some. And the first thing that I make is that we have always a message when we create a new exception. So pending step exception message should not be null or white space. And when we xunit, now we want to test explorer here. Let's filter them here. Is there collapse all, not expand all? This should be green. So it's building again, and then it should run the tests. Okay, we get an error. Okay, this happens at the moment sometimes, that there is some file locking. We are working on that to fix it. So we can there, no. So there was a piece of process that's locking a file. Let's have a look. So this is 11.108. Yeah, this is the main Visual Studio process. So let's wait until it's gone. Okay, so yeah. We are working on this and try to fix this until the open source iteration, that this doesn't happen anymore, because this is very cumbersome. It doesn't happen every time, but sometimes it happens, and that you have to close Visual Studio and open again, and this is sometimes boring. So let's put this here, pin this. So let's hope we can run them now. No. Okay, it's Visual Studio still initializing. Oh, I'm on full power. Best performance. So now it's building. Dun, 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 dun. So, succeeded. Test should now run. And hopefully they are green. No. All finished. Nice. And everything is green. Good. This is the existing functionality. So, and let's now add the new one. We should add unit test for existing functionality. I don't want to write the test so that we test for the exact message, because if we would then change simply this string, it will cause it, and we forget to adjust the text. It will break the build, break the test, and it's not about what's in there. It's about that there is something in the message, that we don't have a pending step exception without any without any text in the message. So, first commit. Let's make it then a second one. Message. Set to value from constructor. So this is, we now add here the custom pending message. And in that case, we accept message should, in that case, we want be the same, custom pending message. Because here we really want to check the same value, because this if we also test for not be null or there should be something, it will also be green without doing anything here. So we have one error here. We need the constructor, so we add the pending step exception string message. So we have now now it should compile again. So build was successful. Cool. Tests are running, so they have already 2. So let's run the new one here, both here. And this should not fail because we don't do anything. yeah, this is failing because custom pending message was expected, but exception of type as a length of 70. That's the default message. So let's implement this. So this is easy. We simply need to use the call the base constructor with this message. This. So let's run this test again. And they should now be green. And yay, everything is green. Cool. Let's run all of them. So we have implemented our first feature. And yeah, it was an easy feature, but we did it. So changes, add constructor for custom pending. Custom pending exception message. All green, cool. Cool. So now we did the code. Let's have a look at our documentation if there are now changes needed. Documentation is not here in Visual Studio directly in the solution, but it's in the repository. It's here in the docs folder, and there is everything. So what I'm normally using, I'm opening also the whole repo in Visual Studio Code. Let's switch to a different theme. We want the directory only, and I want to switch theme to light plus. And let's zoom in a little bit. So, and here in docs, we have all our docs. We use Wings and read the docs for them, and all of this is in Markdown, written in Markdown, which then lands on docs SpecFlow.org. Here in that case, it's only the SpecFlow docu, and yeah, everything here. Let's search here for pending, and let's see scenario context pending. Okay, that's the pending the normal method here. Do we want to adjust this also? No. No, so there is nothing about documentation wise about pending here. Okay, there's this reception. So let's see. So what can we write for pending? Where should we put this? So let's put it also like skipping scenario. I do is let's make there also some about pending, and what pending does is mark steps. We don't want space as not implemented MD. So it's normal markdown files. What we do is mark steps as not implemented, and you have normal markdown, and we don't want this. I want this here. But it's also in that TOC, in the table of context here on the left side. You have to put this in this index RST file here. That's restructured tags, but adding a bonus here. So put it execution and this here. And what you can do is, so let's open a terminal here in Visual Studio Code. If you have all the tools installed that are necessary, and we will document this until the beginning of January, you can simply then create also locally this documentation. Going in the docs folder, says /make.html, and then you generate locally all your documentation, the whole documentation. Takes some seconds, and then when you go into your Explorer under docs build HTML, you have the index.html where you have a local version of the documentation, and we will put this in the contribution guidelines how to do this, and we have now should have now here execution mark steps as not implemented. And here we can write now some documentation. To mark a step as not implemented at runtime, you need to throw a pending step exception. The runtime of SpecFlow will detect this and will report the correct test, the appropriate appropriate test result back to your test runner. So normally, so where is our no, let's go skipping scenario context. You get yeah, you see the message one or more step definitions are not implemented, and yeah, you will see this. So where was this? And depending on if it's the supports to run or not, the test will get yellow or red. It depends on the test runner. Not everything, every one supports yellow. I think Axionet only has passed or failed and no other state. So you have multiple options to there are multiple ways to throw the exception. Using scenario context pending helper method. So let's get the sample code from here. Usage sample. The scenario context class has a static helper method to throw the default pending step definition exception. That's this is the preferred way, and the second one is throwing the pending step definition exception by your own. So from the usage sample is default message, custom message. So that's easy. This is then the throw new pending step definition exception. Is it pending step exception? Okay. I think the wrong class names. Yeah, there it was right. And custom message is here. Custom pending step message. Nice. You can also throw the exception manually. In this case, you have the possibility to provide a custom message. So let's generate this and let's have a look how it looked like. So documentation, the local one looks nice. So not mark steps is not implemented. Text multiple ways. Using pending helper method. Nice, this is the preferred way, throwing by your own default message, custom message. Nice one. What we could do is we could probably should link this to here. So scenario context pending, so we can remove this whole thing and say C mark so, and the link is we have to go one up folder up in execution and this one file here and here the link works. Cool. So let's check it in the generated documentation. Nice. And yeah, we are running a scenario context. Dependency, max step has not implemented. And we're here. Cool. So then let's commit these changes. So add documentation. And I think we are done. So what we can do now is we push our changes to GitHub. And he also wants us to create a pull request. Yes, we want to create a pull request. So, and this is nice, it already fills it out correctly from where. So let's give it a title, add custom message to pending step exception. So this fixes, what you can do is in GitHub you can now fixes and the number, this was 13, was 82? Yes. What type of change? It's a new feature, it's non-breaking. No performance, it's no refactoring, it's not other. Checklist. We have added for the code. We forget the changelog entry. My change requires a change and I have updated the change documentation automatically. So we forgot the changelog entry as I usually do. But let's create it. Let's have a look at the div to see everything. Let's create a draft pull request and then let's add the changelog entry. So we added the constructor. We have here our tests. We have our documentation change. Nice. So we can now first let's create a draft pull request. It's only a draft that shows us it's okay, there's something there, but it's not completed. And now we can add changelog. So this should solution item changelog. And we put the, so this was also already released. What version do we have currently? So SpecFlow 3.5.14. This fix is not yet released. Okay, cool. So we'll add, it's not a fix, it's a feature, features. So we add, add possibility to have a custom pending step message, and let's link this with this here, the issue. Nice. Good. We made our changelog entry. Add entry to changelog. We commit this. We push this up. Okay, it wants to create again, but we have it already. And we should already see them here entry to changelog, and now we can add it here. That we did this, update command, nice. So, and we can say it's ready, we did everything. We can say ready for review. and yeah, has not deployed. Now also the CI build is running and checking that it's worked. We have no merge errors. That's cool. Also the documentation is there. And this is for you. Then your work is first done. What happens now? We get notifications, and we will have a look at the pull request. And if everything is fine, we will merge it and we'll point you to the community hero program. If not, we will discuss this. We'll make a review of this, and you will get feedback from us, and we work together to bring the pull request in a state that we can merge it. Good. That was the first feature. So this takes now time until this is done. The release takes some hours. The CI build and running all the tests. So we can let this run, and somebody of the team will review it and then merge it. Cool. First thing done. Not an hour, and we had to set it up. Cool. Then let's jump directly to the next pull request. What I suggest you, if you work in one pull request after another, let's go back to the master branch and start working from there. So if we have a look at here in the Git extension on the Git repo, so we were in master, created a branch and I made not this one, and because the next change, what we are doing doesn't have anything to do with this, go back to master and start from there. This makes then we could also merge the pull requests out of order, so we could merge the second one before the first one if there are problems, and so they don't depend on each other. So let's check out the master branch. Now did it in Git extensions, and let's start Visual Studio again. This takes again a little bit. So we are back. So let's build this once and let's have a quick look at this issue. So we have this new SpecFlow.ExternalData plugin, and it looks like it doesn't work with the latest SpecFlow version. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at this external data plugin on NuGet quickly. It's 3.5.14. Okay. Let's have a look what's happening here. So external data plugin is located here. Ah, okay, I see. It's compiled against an older version of SpecFlow, so we need to update the SpecFlow version. We made a change in the plugin infrastructure from 3.4 to 3.5, and this is the reason. Okay, this should be easy to fix. So, and I remember correctly, for the external data plugin, we have. Okay, we have only a sample here, code that we can test it. Good. Okay, let's create a branch, a new branch. So this is GH 2218. Cool. So first, let's try it if we can reproduce it. So we have in external data, we have here a sample project. Okay, I opened this with the wrong Visual Studio. Let's copy as path. Open in presentation mode. Open my project or solution. So we have here a simple feature, a simple sample. And it's already having the errors. Let's see what do we see here. We are using the SpecFlow, yeah, the latest versions, and yeah. So and we have no. Yeah, we already get the same error. So you can reproduce this, but this should be easy. So we need to update simply this project. We need to update NuGet.org. Update this package to the latest version. That's the package for generator plugins, and when we rebuild this here, when we now switch to the specs, I saw there was a custom NuGet config. External data, okay, so probably it does not yet work because we have a NuGet cache in between. NuGet failed. Okay, we have a version problem. Okay, let's remove living doc plugin because this, okay, this is also 3, 5. Let's update it manually. Manually with the UI. Updates. We need NuGet.org. We want to update this one. Nice. So when we rebuild it now. Okay, it's still failing. Yes, because we have a NuGet cache and we first need to clean this. And the NuGet cache is in the user profile in the .NuGet folder packages. And this is, yeah, if you handle with NuGets locally, this is cumbersome. So let's kill It is only a cache, it downloads everything again. What's needed, so we can simply delete everything here. And then we do now here in the specs a rebuild. Yeah, you see it's already populating again. But the task failed again unexpectedly. So okay, let's be one sure. So first we need how our build works. We have on the spec we have a generated nuggets folder where everything where the NuGet packages are getting generated. Let's kill these and then let's kill again all these cached ones. Then let's build this one. So this is built, so we have this now here. And if we build specs, unable to find spec for version with us. Ah yeah, yes, we need to build here to complete stuff. So, building. When you have a look at here, you see that there's getting more and more NuGet packages. Finished. So let's try this here again. Version conflicts detected. NUnit. Ah, we have, okay, the problem is, yeah, we have the problem is, okay, we need to clean here a little bit up because of our other change. New package. Let's kill them all. The packages. Let's remove everything. So all gone. Then again. From our other branch, we had, so what we are doing with the version number, cancel. What we are doing with the version number is that for every commit we increase the page version, and so that's why we did here more commits, and so we are on I don't know, 21 or so. But we had NuGet packages, but now we are back and we're producing currently lower version numbers than before, and this made a problem. So build failed. SpecFlow external. What? Why is this? Three, 5, 14. Are these real errors or these very sharper, strange errors? They really failed. Do you want to? Excellent error cannot be found. I am missing. No. Rebuild. NuGet restore is sometimes strange. So, but when we have now a look here, debug, we have now 3.5.19 only this external data. Nice. So now go to the specs, and to make it easier, we also remove the little doc. From here, we can take any unit. That's nice. External data. Let's rebuild. And let's see what's happening. No. Thank you. And it's doing something. Yes, it works. Nice. Let's run them. And that's okay that they're failing, because they're that's the test. So so if you didn't yet saw the external data plugin in action, what you can do is with that, let's take the other feature that's the cooler. You can have a scenario outline or scenario and have some parameters, and you get all the values from a JSON file, the test data JSON, and they're always all are defined. So when you have rejecting invalid emails here, this is one scenario, but here we have 15 tests with the different examples, and in this data set JSON, email addresses, invalid. These are the same ones. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Has some usage, and here for comments the same. It's that's different not comments here. Different texts, so Arabic, Hindi, Latin, Thai, some Unicode letters, and so on. Cool. So we fixed this. So we are already on the branch. So what we did is, why is the specs project change? What did we do? here. External data sample specs. Good. Update external data plugin to use SpecFlow 3.5. And then we need also to update our changelog. Where's the changelog? Changelog, solution items, changelog. Fixes, SpecFlow external data plugin works with SpecFlow 3.5. Let's put also this here. Nice. Add changelog. Commit. Locally push up. Let's create a pull request. Yeah, that is update SpecFlow external data to use SpecFlow 3.5. This fix is 2218. It's a bug fix. So we have added a entry to the changelog. We didn't add test because we don't have yet test for the external data plugin, except the sample, and we have also not yet documentation for that. That's on our roadmap to do. So we are finished. Let's check again what we changed. Okay, here the version number, it's exactly from 3.4.14 to 3.5.14. We removed from the samples. That's cool. Let's quickly one last check. The new spec file is using the version. Cool. Cool. So fixes and progress. And that was it. So what we should probably do is we move these two issues into in progress. And this is also in progress. Cool. Yeah. So we have our two issues. We have a link pull request. The pull requests are running. We will merge them when they are finished. I saw there is already something here. Okay, some checks weren't successful. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, PowerShell existing. Few more in Azure pipelines. You can see I'm not currently sitting in. This is a public project on Azure DevOps, so you can have a look at it. Okay. This is also something we are currently working on fixing. We have some flaky pipelines that, yeah, some debug works release doesn't. We're onto it. Sometimes strange. In that case, also Linux failed on debug and so didn't do the release. Yeah, team is working on that. That's also fixing it until the open source sprint. So only when you see, okay, it's failing, we always look into it. Okay, why it's failing? It's because of your changes or because we have flaky CI builds. It's one of our team members are already looking into this to fix it. Cool. So yeah, we are the two issues planned for today. We fixed. Quickly, you see, small easy fixes. It take about half an hour. to do such small things, the fixes, and everybody is happy with this, they're happy and gain something from it. It's open source. We working together on this to bring it further. Um, yeah, and with that, I think let's end the stream early. We still want some work for the open source iteration to do. 22 left. Short reminder, from the 12th January for 2 weeks, we have the open source iteration. Whole team is mentoring new and existing contributors to contribute to SpecFlow. We'll help you get started, help you, and we can discuss what needs to be changed to do some things. And the rest of the time, we are working through the open issues to get them down. And yeah, join our Discord server to discuss the stuff there. And then if you have sent some pull requests, please put your send us your contribution. Big red submit your contribution button. The quick form to submit, and we will choose the SpecFlow community heroes of the month, and you will get fame and a $25 Amazon voucher. Good. Yeah. Recording of the stream will go up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You find it on Go SpecFlow.org/YouTube.
Hello.
Hi, Buzz. We'll upload here as all other YouTube stream, Twitch streams we had. Just uploaded the Xamarin series. We also publishing other videos like recordings from webinars, or now for getting started. I didn't start the type getting started step-by-step guide videos and other. So lots of things will come. So please, if you haven't, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications when we publish new videos. And if you're currently watching this on YouTube, please follow us on Twitch TV/SpecFlow that you get notification when we are streaming. And yeah, streaming different automation topics, and you can pop in, ask me a question how to solve your problems, and so on. Good. Yeah. Normally the code is here of the stream at the end, but this time you have it here. So two pull requests. Good work. So this is the last stream for this year. We will see us again on the 14th, January 14th, because I'm on vacation. So I'm also wishing you happy holidays and a happy new year, and yeah, hope to see you in the next year, and hope to see some contributions in the open source sprint, or let's chat on Discord. So bye.